Hey friends, greetings from Snowville. We've got 8 inches of the white stuff outside and it is still coming down. Today I thought that we would kind of focus on a little art project that we can do strictly from stuff you've got around your house. I know that I focus on this a lot, but you know, particularly on a snow day, you don't want to go outside and you don't want to be traipsing around. So this is a project that you can do with stuff you got around the house. Anything works. These paper roses are made from text pages from books. So if you want to know how I do my paper roses, you can watch my rolled paper rose tutorial, and I'll put a link down in the description box or on an iCard up here somewhere. But I'm using these rolled paper roses today to make a frame, and I wanted to show you kind of, you get to a point and you got to decide what to do with this. The first thing that you want to do is cut a heart shape from, I'm using a pizza box. You know how much I love to use a pizza box. So I cut a frame from a pizza box and I cut mine in a heart shape. You can do anything you want. You're going to have like this part left, right? So this is the point where you just kind of have to decide what you're going to do. You know, are you going to, and I'll show you 2 ways. You can use this kind of as a frame, right? Before you can put some photographs in here or put a photograph collage or whatever. And then you're going to want to build your rolled rose frame around the photographs. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. What I'm doing is, and it's a great way to use like these old photographs that you have around the house, right? I mean, we don't usually have physical pictures anymore. We don't have a lot, but I think there are a lot of us who tend to store away these kind of pictures, and it's a great use for it. What I'm going to do is I am going to glue my frame onto a very plain text type, very thick cardboard, cardstock paper. This is my Watson paper that's made in Poland. I really do like it. I like that it's quite a heavyweight scrapbook paper. But I'm going to glue my heart frame onto this paper, and then I'm going to finish it with my rolled paper roses. The reason that I'm doing this is because I want the focus on the frame, not what goes in the frame. I want the frame itself to be the piece of art. So that's what we're doing today, y'all. I'm glad you could join me. I hope that if it's snowing where you are safe and sound and warm inside. Thanks for following along, y'all. Be right back. I have my cardboard heart all cut out now. And remember, I put the cardboard heart on top of this really nice heavy stock scrapbook paper. And the cool thing is it was double-sided, so I have a nice side on this. The front looks good and the back looks good. Remember, we're really focusing on making the frame of this into our focal point and our art. The next thing I want to do is take some, this is some ribbon that I had left over from Christmas, and I'm going to just lay down a little bit of ribbon here, and that will make a nice base for my flowers. I've also cut out an assortment of leaves to use with my project. I did these on some wonderful Canvas Corp canvas, which I totally love working with this. And that's just a little smattering of leaves, and then the rest of them I did from just scraps of paper that I had from working on. I think I had these from actually working on the roses over here. So I'll lay down my piece of ribbon, and then we'll get started on assembling everything else. Okay, I have my shimmery ribbon on my heart now. The next thing that I need to do is layer on the the rolled paper roses, y'all, and I am trying to use a glue gun. I don't have a very good relationship with a glue gun. I don't like them. I've never had one that I thought really worked. The strings are super annoying that you get with them, but I think that might be the only way that I'm going to get these roses down, you know, kind of the way that I want them. This is just another way that you can use paper roses. You know, when I made the tutorial, I talked about how I was going to use them on cards and how I had a piece of mixed media that I was going to do using the paper roses. So there are a lot of uses for them, and they're one of the simplest and prettiest things to make because it's paper, it's text pages from a book, so you know, it's just super, super simple. Okay, all right, we've got a good start on this. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll be right back with you, and we'll put the leaves on our little frame. Okay, when I started making this video, there was like 6 to 8 inches of snow on the ground, and now there's 10, so yikes. Okay. We are at this point. I've got all of my text roses down, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to add in these pretty little flowers that I cut, some out of paper and some out of Canvas Corp canvas. I also stamped the Canvas Corp canvas and the paper with a small stamp that my friend Bunny made that I just adore. And I used some Color Box mixed media ink. This stuff doesn't dry very well, so there's that. And then I used some Tim Holtz Distress ink and some Ranger Archival ink on my leaf stamp. So we're ready to put the leaves into the border, and remember the focus of this piece is the frame and not what goes in the frame. You know, I think that's a little bit of a different trend for us because we're, you know, we think about framing a focal image instead of the focal image actually being the frame. Another reason that I really like working with Canvas Corp products is especially their wonderful canvas is because of course it's pliable, you know, so you can tuck it into your piece and shift it around, and you know, it's just great stuff, y'all. There we go. We've got a couple pieces, and we don't want to cover up our pretty ribbon entirely, so we'll be aware of that. And we'll stick this piece maybe like this, and let it overlap into the flower here. Again, I could be using a glue gun. I don't like them. They leave strings all over everything. I don't think it's a glue gun. I think it's me, and I just don't know how to, maybe I don't know how to use one properly or whatever, but anyway. You can see how the leaves really do make a sweet little difference to this, don't they? Really awesome. I'm going to tuck this one in here, like that. You know, we can just kind of put some glue in here and crinkle it down. Again, y'all, you can totally use the outside of this, the frame, and do, you know, frame some photographs, or, you know, I thought that framing the word love for Valentine's Day would be super cool. You know, if you wanted to do something like that. That would be neat. Okay, let's add a few more leaves. And I think we're going to call this piece done. I will add something to the back so I can hang it on my personal wall in my office workroom. And I'll show that to you guys next video so you can see how that's coming along. I've got a few pieces on it now. I really do like having a personal wall. I think that kind of gets us away from, you know, buying stuff in the store and having the very same thing that everybody else does. It's fun to have your own thing and do your own thing and make your own thing. Okay, put that one right there. Kind of tuck it under. All right, I will place a few more flowers on my rolled text page rose frame. Remember, the focus of this piece was the frame. We're not so concerned about what goes in the frame, but rather the frame itself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. I hope that it is that you're having good weather wherever you are, whether that means snow or whatever, or sun. Thank you guys for joining me so much, and I will see you next time.